Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here today with a folio, and a couple of people asked me if I could do the folio start to finish from like my thinking process. Yeah, this video might be long, it might be short, I don't know. I will try to keep it short since I know this is, for you guys. So we're going to do a folio, and I'm just going to pick 3x4 pictures because I think that's going to be the easiest and the quickest. So I know this is my picture size. So I know my pages got to be at least 3¼ by 4¼ so that way I can have a border. I know I'm going to do a waterfall because I always do waterfalls because I love a waterfall. So with that, my paper needs to be, let me think, because I'm trying to think of how my 3x4 pictures are. Let me look here. This is a 3x5. I'm just trying to determine if I want them vertical or horizontal, because that will change the measurement. Because like this one's vertical, but my other one is horizontal. Let's just do vertical. Problem solved. Okay, so if I want to do a vertical waterfall, then it needs to be 3¼ by 4. I need to add a 1/2 inch. 4 3/4 scored on the long side at 1/2 inch, right? And then, yeah, okay. I don't know how many pieces I need because I don't know how long the book is going to be. I could probably throw in a pocket in there. I don't know if I'm going to do accordion or I'm going to do some flips and flaps. But let's figure out our cover. So my cover, let's draw it out here. I know I'm going to need this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. If our pages are 3¼ I want my cover to be at least 3½. And then 4¼ let's see, 4¼ will be 4½. Okay, so that gives me a little wiggle room on that. And I'm just trying to think. And that's a 1/4 inch on all sides. That's good to go. All right, so I know I need this to be 3½, and then this measurement I need to go 3½, but that can be smaller. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 10½. Let's not do that. 3, 6, 9, 10, 10½, and 11. There we go. So now I can just use one sheet of 8½ by 11 paper by 4½, which is perfect. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 by 4½, scored on the long side at 3½ plus half, 4, 5, 6, 7½, and 8. Okay, so that should work out, hopefully. Okay. Right, let's work that out first, and then we'll figure out our flips and our flops. So paper, I'm going to use this green that I was working with earlier, and it was 4½ by what? By 11? I was trying to see if I had a scrap that was that thick, but I don't. That's fine. Alright, so 4½ by 11. Paper's already 11. And of course my blade wants to pop out. Okay. Now let's go ahead and score it at 3½, 4, 7½, and 8. So So we're not going to fit very many pictures in this because we have a half-inch spine, but that's okay. It's a small little book. All right, so let's go ahead and mount and fold all of our folds. Okay, and mount and fold, and mount and fold. Okay, so this is my shorter side right here. Determine if you want that to go on the left or the right. I think I want it to go like this. All right, so I like to put my waterfalls in the middle, and I don't know how many I can put in here. So let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a lot. This is just going to be a small little waterfall because I did not account for the waterfall in my length. Okay, so that's fine. We cannot have a waterfall because it's too short. Okay, so no waterfall. Cut it too short. All right, so now let's do some flips and flaps because I need to account for that waterfall. Let's do let's do some flips and flaps, and they are going to be, so that's 3, this should be 3.5. Let's do 4 by 4.5, scored on the short side at 4, at half. The right measurements will be in the description box when I'm all said and done with this. Okay, so 4 by 4.5. Scored on the short side at half. Okay. So we have these two. And we are going to they need to be smaller. So let me cut off. I'm going to cut off 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So they need to be 3 3/4 by 4.5. I'm going to cut these down to 4 3/8. Okay. Right, that should be perfect. Yep, I like that, and we're going to, can we get away with doing this? Let's see here. Nope, too long. All right, so I'm going to put these on either side, I think. Can I get away with that? Yep. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these on either side. So this is going to be a smaller picture, but it will still look really nice. Let's go ahead and center that as best as we can. Take this one. Okay. Let's get this one in here, make sure it's lined up. And I'm just going to push it back. Oh no. I almost messed up. Okay. So that one should go perfect. So now we have a little flip and flap here, like a little gatefold, if you will. Now let's figure out something to do over here on this side. I'm still going to do, yep. Let's do, what should we do? What should we do? All right, so what I'm thinking is maybe we can do Waterfall for 2x3 pictures, which would equal 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, which brings down to, let's see, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, scored on the long side at 1/2 inch. I wonder how that will work out. Let's cut our paper and find out. Let's see, we have some scraps. That is perfect. Perfect scraps. This is the long side that I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and score it. And then, what did I say? 2 1/4. All right. There we go. All right. So I can fit this waterfall in the middle here, and I can fit, let's see, how many we can fit in here. So 1, 2, we can fit 3. All right, so we need 3 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. And then score those at 1/2 inch on the long side. Okay. There we go. So you can still have a waterfall, and it's going to be kind of like a peekaboo waterfall. So let's go ahead and tape all of our waterfalls at the top here. 2 and 3. All right. And I should probably mat that first. Yeah, I'm going to have to mat that first, or else you're going to see these 2 green lines, and I don't want to do that. Well, we could color block. Yeah, I will mat that first. Okay. Perfect. All right, sorry, my grandma called, so I had to take that call real quick. So let's see. Where were we? We have these little flips and flaps. We're going to have a waterfall in here, like a little hidden 2 by 3 waterfall. That's going to be super cute. So, okay, fine. We'll do a pocket. A pocket with a booklet, because I did say that. So, the pocket needs to be, let's see here. That's 3.5, 4.5. So 4 3/8 by, how big do we want this pocket? By 2.5. This is the pocket. Okay. So let's get some scraps and make sure that this works out. This is fine. 4 3/8 by 2.5. And the reason why I'm doing it 4 3/8 is so that way I know my pocket is going to fit in that space. Because if I did it 4.5, it's going to be the exact size of my page, and I just don't want it to get in the way of the score line or anything like that. So we scored it on 3 sides at 1/2 inch to make it a pocket. We're going to add our tape. And then we'll miter and we'll add our pocket. You can always use your fancy edge punches to make a fancy pocket. Or you can do like Carolina does and use your punch board. Make a cute little notch on your pockets. I don't do any of that. I'm lazy. Okay. We're going to go ahead and miter our pocket. Make sure nothing is touching, and we're just going to go ahead and lay our pocket down. All right. Okay. And we're going to get our pocket here. I like to leave a little bit of border. And okay. Varnish it in. And I think that's good enough. We got enough things to, enough interaction here. You could put some cards. Let's make a little booklet. This is 3.5, so 3. Let's do 6 by 4. Well, what is this measurement? 6.5 by 4. And then score it at 3 1/4 on the long side. Ideally, you could do, but make the length 4 1/4 so that way you can fit your full picture on there and have that border. So that's up to you. I just use that scrap, but I am going to write down the measurement as 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 scored on the long side at, or excuse me, 6.5 by 4 1/4 scored at 3 1/4. That's what I'm going to write the measurement in the description box, so that way you can fit the full 3x4 picture on the booklet. My booklet is just going to be just shy of that. And that's going to be okay. Where's my, there we go. Okay. All right, so let me mat. I will not be matting on camera because that will turn into an hour-long video, because matting is my weak point. And so as I'm matting, I will come back on. And my mouse doesn't want to work. Okay, so I matted the inside so I can put my waterfall down. And I'm going to work upside down. So I'm going to put this waterfall right in the center. I think, nope. That's the center there. So 1, 2. Where's my bone folder? And 3. Okay, I've had like 4 phone calls since I've been trying to do this, so good thing I put y'all on pause. Okay, there's my 3 little waterfall pieces, and I'm gonna keep matting along. Alright, so I decided that we didn't have enough places for pictures, and so I just made 2 more of these flaps, the same exact measurements, the 3 3/4 by 4 3/8, and I am putting the tape on it, and I'm just going to attach it right here, maybe. Yeah, I scored it in the wrong place, but that's okay. I'm just going to attach it right on top of these flaps, so that way it gives it just a little bit more. And you can continue adding, even with the spines only being a 1/2 inch, there's plenty of room there. You could probably add, I don't know, 2 or 3 more flaps on each side. You just got to keep in mind of your, you're going to add pictures, so you don't want it to be too bulky, but you also want it to have, substance. So we're just going to make this one just a little bit chunky in the middle, just so we can have that pull out and that pull out. And see, you can still close it up. There's plenty of room, so when you put your pictures, it will not be too fat. Alright, so I'm going to continue matting this. Okay, so I know what I just said, but now I kind of don't want this extra flap here, but I already glued it down with actual glue. So I would only build up on this top because it is a little thick. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's making me have alligator mouth and it's annoying me. So I would build up on this top piece. So you could just have like a super long piece here and then just have the one here. You can do the 2 like how I have 2 and 2. Like I said, it does get a little thick. Once you start putting your pictures, it's going to be even thicker because I didn't even mat this piece here. So you can just have a picture and it's very thick. So there you go. And I matted my flap without taking into account if I was going to leave it this size or if I was going to add magnets or whatever. And so at this point, I'm probably just going to add a belly band, which I have a scrap right here. So let's go ahead and add a belly band. This is how I do my belly bands. Some people do it differently. I probably do it differently every single time. But let's see what we got here. I'm going to just kind of... Oh, that's perfect. And now what I'm going to do is just flatten it out. you know, make my corners a little crisp, make sure it's even. And then I will probably cut some of this off just so it's not as long. It doesn't, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Make sure that matches. Okay. All right. You just have to remember how you put it on. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put some tape here. And I'm working with scraps of a paper collection. What you see is what I have. Plus I have, I think, one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. So I gotta, and the 12 by 12 I'm pretty sure is cut apart. So I gotta kind of be careful. Yeah, I like that belly band. All right, so I'm gonna continue on with the belly band. All right, so I finished. I did the little belly band. I just added some stickers from the collection. And I kind of didn't think my matting through. I matted all the pages except for my waterfall. And when you use your 3x4 pictures, I think this is 3x5, but you'll get the idea. No, it's 3x4. You're not going to see the paper. So this is one of those you don't have to mat unless you're using 2x3 pictures for the whole thing. Let's see. Then it'd be really nice. So if you just kind of market this as a 2x3 picture album, then it works out. Or you don't even have to mat, and then you just have your 3x4 pictures in there. You can mix and match. I think it came out super duper fun. So see how perfectly that fits for my 2x3 picture. Just tell your story in your pictures. There you go. Mix and match, tell your story. Isn't that super cute? So again, what I would change is I wouldn't mat everything. And then I would also change this flap and put it here. So there'll be 3 on this side and just 1 on this side. So that way it's not as bulky. And then I thought the belly band was actually really, really cute, but sometimes you don't want to deal with the belly band, especially if this is like a little brag book. But if you remember to put your magnets before you mat, put your magnets or a little belly band. You can also do a magnet belly band or a Velcro belly band. I didn't think of that until just now. Where your closure could be under the sticker and you just have to, you know, pick it up. But I didn't think about that until just now. But I think it came out super cute. I will put all the measurements in the description box. But yeah, that's honestly how I craft. You see it's less than 30 minutes. If I was doing this tutorial without the, you know, me thinking about it, this album probably will take you like 15, 20 minutes to do. Without matting, of course. Matting always takes forever. But there you have it. That's my process. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.